Good day. Munir Ajam, co-founder of SUKAD Corp. The purpose of SUKAD is to help organizations maximize stakeholder value. If I can make a quick statement, that will be the core message that we want to share. Our purpose is to help organizations maximize shareholder value. We do this by enabling them to enhance their capability, their organizational capabilities and competence to manage projects successfully. If they can manage projects successfully, that means they would be able to lead the delivery of their product development, faster, at lower cost, and with quality standard that higher than normal or their current practice. The end result of this discussion is that if organizations are able to build their competence and capacity to lead projects successfully, they would be able to realize the benefits they anticipate when they launch those projects, which brings us back to the core point, maximizing shareholder value. That is our purpose as an organization. Why is this necessary? Why? Obviously, why not? Organizations should always focus on increasing shareholder value. However, when it comes to our context, the situation we will be discussing here, is that research by the Project Management Institute, Oxford University, and many other organizations that specialize in studying project and benchmarking projects determine that projects fail to achieve, or maybe we should say a large percent of projects fail to achieve some or all of their objectives. That means they have partial failure or total failure. The failure rate and the severity might be different, and there are numerous reports and studies that show the drastic difference in the numbers or the percentage of project fail. Some of them might be pushing it too much to make it sound like it's too bad. We're not going to get into a sensation here. We're just focusing that we know, based on numerous research and from reputable organizations, that project failure is relatively higher than at least we would like it to be. The failure, we've heard report from 1 in 1,000 projects are successful to 60% of projects are successful. So I don't want to get into the number game here of what is right or what's wrong, but I think we can all agree that regardless what industry you work in, organizations work on projects. And they use projects to deliver products and services to their customer, to their organization, all over the world. I believe most of us would agree, or all of us would agree. Maybe we won't agree on what percent of projects fail or successful, or what does failure mean, or the definition of failure. But at least all of us can agree that the way we manage projects can be improved. Even if organizations do very well, they can probably lift their performance in the delivery of their product to a higher notch. So why is it necessary? Because we believe there are a lot of projects that fail, costing millions and billions of dollars. So there are significant consequences to organizations. Why? Why product fails? This is a long topic, and there are probably hundreds of reasons product fails, but based on our research and our own work and observation and discussion with clients and monitoring and being student of this domain for the last 3 decades or more, we realize that there are many reasons for failure, but we can group them into few root causes. These root causes can be summarized as 4. Number 1, project management as a domain is still not recognized or accepted as an essential or core organizational function. which means it's not respected enough. This is a straightforward message. And again, I don't want to elaborate too much here, but I would just ask you to think about, look at organization hierarchy, look at the C-suite of organization. Where is the CPO? Or where are the CPOs, meaning Chief Project Officers? What we will find is a lot of organizations do not have a position senior enough to lead project and organization, and often enough we don't even see a project management function as a formal function or a department in organizations. That is one of the core problems that we've seen, which means project management have not reached mainstream, have not become a core organizational function. This is the root cause number one of why we see a high degree of failure of project. The second one is large percent of organizations do not have any project management system or methods to manage project. So they manage projects, some of them have very good, outstanding system and they do very well, but the large percentage of organizations do not have proper management system, so they manage project based on common sense, based on what's trendy, what's hot, using some basic tools, but they don't have a proper comprehensive system for the management of project. Number two. Number three, even if they have some basic system, maybe some procedure, some template, maybe some policies, they do not have, again, a large percentage, we're not saying all of them, do not have a methodological approach that help the organization take a project from the concept all the way to closure and success and realization of benefit. So there is no proper methodological stage gate process that help us go step by step, end to end. The fourth root cause that we believe based on our studies and research and observation is that a large percentage of organizations, and some of the reports we've seen talk about as much as 60% of organizations, do not use any technology or digital solution to lead their project development. So, if we reflect back quickly on what we have discovered, what we have covered so far, we have high failure rate of project. Again, we might debate or dispute or disagree on the actual numbers, but we most would agree that we do have a significant failure rate of project. The failure rate are across sectors and domains, so regardless of what industry you are, whether you are in technology, pharmaceutical, hospitality, oil and gas, project fail. In some cases, failure are catastrophic and even cause bankruptcy or even significant burden on companies and even countries, especially when we deal with mega projects. The result, billions and trillions of dollars are lost in our economy from shareholder value, whether it is private or government. We know the root causes of failure, as we have highlighted at least 4 major root causes. Isn't it time to close the gap? We believe it is. And we should be doing something different than what we have been doing before. Obviously, organizations like PMI and IPMA have been in existence for 50 years, and we still have not seen significant improvement in per project performance. So I think it's due to do something disruptive. So what do organizations need based on our own research and work? Is that the first, or maybe I would focus on one major thing the organization needs, which is to treat projects and product delivery as an integral part of their asset management. Now, this is a high topic. Let me break it down into what does that mean? What are the components or what would be required to help organizations treat project as part of asset management? They need to have project management, product delivery methodologies. We touched on that earlier. They need to establish those methodologies. They have to be established, defined, followed. Supported, the methodologies are not enough. Methodologies help us manage a project. Regardless of type, there will be different type of methodology. However, those project methodologies, those project management or product delivery methodologies have to be supported by comprehensive organizational system. They need the infrastructure in the organizational system. They need to realize, organizations need to realize that project management is not the same in all industries. There are a lot of common functions, which these three factors, part of the asset management, lead us to the conclusion is what organization need is an adaptive project management methodological approach, which we can use it as a starting point to produce tailored methods that are fit for purpose. What does it mean? Organization that working on software project would need different methods than organization working on facilities project or marketing project or event project or pharma project or medical project. They need tailored methods. That's what's missing today in most organizations. And these are the factors that are driving us to develop the Uruk PPM platform, which is the focus of our effort at this time as SUKAD Corp, and that is where we are seeking the fund to continue the development of this platform. What is this platform? Well, we call it Uruk, and Uruk refer, if you do a Google search, refer to an ancient city in Mesopotamia, in Sumerian, which is even thousands of years ago, it was well developed and a leading, if you wish, in those times. Let's not get into history here, but you can research on Uruk and you can find out some more. And so Uruk PPM Platform, PPM stands for Project Portfolio Management, and it's a platform. I think the key message here when we talk about Uruk PPM is that we are not building a software tool. The market is crowded. Many people will tell me, Munir, the PPM market is crowded. Yes, we agree, but it's crowded with tools. And the distinction on the word tool is that means a tool is that something that's there that could help us improve efficiency, but does not teach us or show us how to do proper project management. It's there, like MS Project or Primavera, some of the major, most famous tools and sophisticated tools in the software industry in project management. I still have to input all the detail. Yes, the tool will do the mathematics for us to efficiently generate the data and manipulate the data. So we are not building a software tool. Uruk PPM is not a software tool. I'm repeating. What we are building is, we believe, is an innovative and versatile solution. When we say innovative, because it's really, we have not seen anything in the market unless it is developed internally within organization. And versatile because it covers multiple industries. And the solution, and we use the word solution, why? Because as you will see, I will be explaining why it's a solution, not a tool. This solution would allow organization to adopt it quickly at a minimal initial investment. So basically, I can go to an organization, and if an organization knows how to use Microsoft tools, we can implement it, and within days, assuming they will accept our default and our tailored method, and we do have the tailored method that suits their business, they can within hours or days start using the tool with no limited initial investment that could be the cost of a week of consultancy or training. And then, of course, they will pay the subscription. So they can adopt it quickly. They don't have to wait on consultant to start building a copy-paste solution that will take probably 6 months or a year at the cost of millions of dollars, or hundreds of thousands even for small, tiny companies. A solution that will support embedding the project leadership culture. I think one of the biggest problems today is not, project management is driven by people, process, and tools, yeah, or technology. People, here we're not talking about just competent people, we need to have the culture of leadership in project management, in delivering projects. And this system, the platform, the solution that we're developing would help create that, because it is part of the organization culture, it's about asset management, and it's embedding the culture of project and everything organization should be doing. Of course, this is easier said than done. It requires the dedication and the commitment of organization. It can be used in all domains, for all projects, regardless of type, size, or complexity. Whether you want to use a small software project or implement an ERP system in a huge company, or whether you want to build a house or you want to build a city. The system, we will have the different tailored method to fit for purpose for these different type of projects. So the key here is, I want to emphasize, we are building a solution, not a tool. So why do we believe, or we know, not only believe, we know that the Uruk PPM is the right solution? We are confident that Uruk PPM can help organizations save 10, 20%, or even more in their product delivery mechanism. The saving can be huge. And imagine if an organization that does even $1 billion worth of work per year, how much 20% of that would be. And take that across the community and maybe a government in a country, and you can start to see those significant cost savings. It's not only about cost. In addition to cost, organization can get their product to the market faster and to a higher standard, which means lower defect rate, assuming we cannot eliminate it totally, and of course we can do it faster. So we'll be able to get to market ahead of our competitor if they're not using similar systems. Obviously, getting to market faster, cheaper, better, as we have been saying, would enhance the competitiveness and maximize shareholder value. So organizations that use sophisticated solutions that is well-defined, pioneering solution will be able to do much better than organization who is not. Now, we have not done the specific research on this because we're not out in the market yet, but often enough there are numerous research that shows when you have a higher level of maturity in the management of project, you achieve significant results. So that has been proven through various studies by many organizations, including the University of California in Berkeley and many other places. It provides the mechanism, the Uruk PPM platform, it provides the mechanism to enable the proper governance and transparency. Everything that's done in the system is recorded. So it eliminates, or it at least significantly minimize manipulations of the project data, manipulation of numbers. It provides this proper governance because higher up in the organization and the executive will be able to monitor in real time. So I don't have to wait and ask for a report that might come 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later or a month, or it might come tomorrow, but it might be for last month. It is real time. So which means at any given point in time, an executive can go on the system and then find out exactly how every project in the organization is doing. So a key message here, governance and transparency. How can Uruk PPM deliver on these premises? Well, building the tailored methods. So basically, regardless what type of method you use, you can have the right tailored method to fit your need. So we're not going to basically bring in the system or the process that we use on mega project to use it for small project. We will not bring in the method that is done for a house project and use it for a pharmaceutical research project. So it will be tailored method for every industry, domain. Of course, this will not happen as we go to the market, but over time as we're building, we will be building numerous tailored methods to fit all different type of industries to manage projects. Obviously, if we do this, then organizations do not have to develop methods. Basically, what we're doing in here, we are giving organization a PMO, part of the solution, because the tools, the processes, the procedures, the knowledge-based foundation, the template, all of it will be built in for them. They don't have to build it from scratch, and they don't have to recreate the wheel and spend a lot of money in wasted resources. So it includes the processes and the method and educational content. It provides a platform that can encourage collaboration across the organization. Maybe some organization would like to collaborate, or they would like to share data or case studies. We will be including the platform a section to allow building communities of practice. As we mentioned, if the organization uses the system, then everything is recorded, which means, let's say, Jim wants to work on a tower project, a new facility, that residential tower or office tower. But Mark has done something before him a year or two ago. And all the project file for that towers, for that residential tower that we're gonna build is there in the system. So why do I start from scratch? Whether we were talking about initiating the project or developing plan or estimating, I already have a lot of data sitting there for me that we can grab, copy, paste, and modify. So how much saving would that be? I mean, when we deal with projects like this, we're talking about thousands, hundreds or thousands of pages of documentation. How much of time saving would we be able to take some of that information? Now, not everything is copied. It can be copied, pasted, and modified. Of course, every project has some unique feature, but in terms of management, in terms of the structure, at least the template for the estimate, the schedule, how different would they be? Not too much. Okay? So we will be able to start with that. So we can save a lot of time and hours on even on simple project or even larger project. By having all that data sitting there, I can copy, paste, and modify it, which enhance consistency, enhance efficiency, enhance our effectiveness, and instead of wasting time on recreating the wheel, we can take our time to be creative, to be innovative, to find the best solution for our project. Let the administrative part be copied, pasted, and modified. Let us use that historical data and take our time as project manager and project team to focus on finding the best solution for this specific project instead of worried about the administrative. It provides management with real time. Again, we said that, I want to repeat it here, access to all projects on the portfolio. And not only access, I can see in real time what's going on. Of course, some analysts that can also look at the data and look for trends. What are we doing? How are we doing? We will include project success model that look at project success from 4 different angles. We can zoom in on those angles and find out what's going on, what's happening, where are we having problems consistently. Obviously, if you have a problem on one project and it's unique, it's a problem. Maybe it is a people issue or maybe a specific project issue. But if we start to see that many projects have problems with estimating, then we know estimating is an area that I need to focus in. So with data analytics, and especially with big data today, and the tools and artificial intelligence that we can build into the system, we can have a lot of project history and data, and we can quickly analyze it. We can identify our areas of improvement and gaps very quickly, instead of guessing at what's been happening or what didn't work well, or what works well, and we need to embed into the system. So governance, transparency, real-time analysis of data that provide us the intelligence to continuously improve our system as organizations that are using the Uruk PPM platform. The market. It's very difficult to estimate the market size, but based on numerous research again, for example, PMI, the Project Management Institute, the largest organization of its kind in project management today, have published a detailed report that predicts that by 2025, 5 years from now, the world globally will need about 87.7 million people working on projects. We're not talking about project manager here, we're talking about people working on project manager, project lead, team members. 87.7 million. PMI already crossed more than 1 million of people that hold the certification. Excelis and Prince 2 and some of the other certifications probably over 1 million as well. IPMA, Association for Cost Engineer. There are millions of people that hold one project management certification or another already today. So it's a huge market. Software, cloud-based solution. We've seen numerous reports from Microsoft that is basically the sales of cloud-based solutions is growing and making a huge difference to Microsoft. Our system built on the Microsoft. So basically we are building the platform on the Microsoft infrastructure, including PowerPoints, Power Apps, and those things. But software studies have shown that the cloud-based project management software market could reach about $6.7 billion per year by 2026. So bottom line, the market is huge already, and it is growing. How we gain traction in the market? Most of the SUKAD Corp initial group of investors, the co-founders, the family and friend round that we have established, come from project management. Many of them are senior manager in numerous type of organization, from technology to facilities to program management, academic. So many of those, most of those actually, not many, are in the project management domain, and I would say on average they have 15 to 20 years experience each. So significant experience in the co-founder that are right now, they are technically passive investors. However, these people will help us, their role will be tremendous. They're not involved hugely in the development or the management of the company, but they will be involved in providing ideas, testing, even being ambassador for us in marketing our product and solution in their communities, in their organization, among their friends and colleagues and networks. Already, in addition, at least 2 of those co-founders are already establishing their own operation in their countries to be associated with SUKAD and to be able to selling SUKAD services, including the Uruk PPM platform. At least right now we are in tentative agreement in 2 different countries. And we are obviously based in the US. SUKAD Corp is a startup, but myself, I used to have a company before with the same name, but SUKAD in the UAE, and we have numerous clients there. Many of them could become early adopters, and especially some of them have already been trained on the methodologies that we are using it in this Uruk PPM platform. Final thoughts, we know that Uruk PPM will be a catalyst for product success. We know that, we believe it, we see it. Everywhere we have trained people on the methodology that we are using to build into the platform. People have give us a thumbs up. They believe that what we have is definitely different than what exists in the market and goes beyond some of the hype we've seen in the market today. So we know Uruk PPM is being built on solid technology foundation which is coming from Microsoft and a solid product management foundation which is coming from us. So Uruk PPM can be and will be a catalyst for project success in the organization. We know it will help disrupt the project management current state of practice and the cloud-based market. Today there are a lot of discussion on project management methodology, but most of them are really focusing on development methodologies, which is only part of the project. They don't look at the project holistically, end-to-end, concept to success. Success is what we want for our client. Success will help organization include shareholder values. And here I must say, when I say shareholder value, doesn't mean investors, because this is also government, NGOs can benefit significantly from this, and they can improve their shareholder value in that case. For example, for government, it will be their citizens and communities. One question remains. Will you join the journey of disrupting project management and helping organizations all over the world save millions and billions of dollars? Will you?